Hey everybody, Logan Stout here. Welcome to this week's Stout Advice. The phrase that was given to me for this week is say what needs to be said. Like, just say what needs to be said. And it's interesting because I just interviewed on my podcast that's about to be released, so stay tuned for that, the Logan Stout podcast. Details will be at loganstout.com. But I interviewed Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a New York Times best-selling author, and he's a rock star. Does a lot of incredible things. Many of you probably know he is. And he and I differ on some spiritual concepts and all that, but we very much agree upon a lot of the same business success principles and what it takes to be successful in whole nine yards. And I think the one thing he and I both have in common is we just say what needs to be said, right? We understand it may offend somebody. That's not our purpose, is to offend people. But I think too many times people go around just candy coating things, right? And I think the world would rather be showered with praise that'll kill them versus constructive feedback that'll set them free. I want to encourage you, just say what needs to be said. Stop candy coating things. That doesn't mean you can't be kind. That doesn't mean you shouldn't lead with love, because you should, but you can still say what needs to be said, because what happens with most people is the only time they say what needs to be said is when they're in the shower or when they're in the car driving and they have this conversation out loud what they really want to say to somebody, but they don't ever say it, and it leads to resentment. And so I think it's very important that you communicate and you say what needs to be said with people in a loving way, right? In a healthy feedback way, not in an argumentative, mean way, okay? So with that being said, I hope that adds value to your life. I hope you'll connect with us at loganstout.com. Enjoy your week. Thank you for joining us this week on Stout Advice.